Welcome to the NZME newsroom. With me I have aviation writer Grant Bradley. Grant, Auckland Airport coming under pressure this week, second time that we've seen planes diverted because of issues with the runway. How serious is this?
Potentially very serious. Yeah, you're right. There was a problem yesterday where patch-up was required. This meant some aircraft were diverted to other centres and others had to delay landing. Overnight, the International Federation of Airline Pilots, which is a big group based in Canada, 100,000 members, has sent out a warning about Auckland Airport and what it calls a deteriorating runway.
So has this caught the airport off guard a little bit? There's not a lot of information coming from the airport itself at this point.
That's right. Look, the airport has stressed that it's in the midst of a big infrastructure rebuild. There's a lot of work going on out there, but they haven't detailed the problem that the pilots have identified here and what they're doing to rectify it. Now, the pilots say that pieces of concrete 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres and up to 12 centimetres thick, breaking off at times, and has prompted around 15 short notice shutdowns.
Yeah, I mean, it's problematic for them, isn't it? Because they have one runway, so that you can't sort of just shut the whole thing down and do major works without shutting down the whole airport.
That's right. Well, runway resurfacing is a big job and has to be planned years in advance from the pilot's bulletin again, and not from the airport itself. It seems as though that there is going to be major work done in zones of the runway later on this year. But until then, the pilots are warning that there could be further problems.
Right, so if you're from a passenger point of view, it just may be that there are some more delays and disruption out there this year.
Well, quite possibly, and this happens at very short notice after, and I've been told this has been happening after large aircraft have been landing and impacting hard on the runway, prompting a patch-up job. One thing that is working is the inspection regime out there. The airport is required to do so to retain its operating licence, and from a safety perspective, if they're picking these things up before they become a problem, that's great.
Sure, and just finally, there's been massive growth at that airport over the past decade. Are there plans for a second runway, and when would we see that?
Yeah, look, the second runway has been on the books for nearly two decades now. They pulled a pin on building back in 2009, but it's certainly back in the planning stages, and they will soon make a decision on whether to go ahead and build it. However, you wouldn't be seeing it until near the end of this decade.
That's great. Thanks, Grant. Cheers.